Hi, it's Ra, Rishi Kavi Ragudas from Star Presence Astrology, here to give the astrological forecast for Tuesday, August 13th, 2024. Well, in the last week or so, we've been going through kind of alternating days where it gets very tense, then it gets a little bit more relaxed, then the energy gets intense again, and fortunately today this is one of the more relaxing days, energetically speaking. The sun today is at 21, moving to 22 degrees, a grand and glorious fire sign Leo. We're here, of course, in the gold for Leo. And the moon today, as of very early this morning, has now moved into the very adventurous, let's go have fun, or maybe educate ourselves, or expand our consciousness, fire sign Sagittarius. So we have both the sun and the moon in fire signs today, which means it's generally a very physically active sort of a day, but also quite inspirational on the mental and spiritual levels. Now, the moon moves into Sagittarius precisely at 3:01 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 6:01 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 11:01 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time, and the only aspects that the moon makes after this are during the pre-dawn hours in the United States, but in Europe, you get them during the day. So you're actually getting more astrological action the further east you go from the United States, because everything else here is during the pre-dawn hours, because there are only two other aspects, and they're both very early. The moon makes a nice sextile, harmonious, 60-degree angle to Pluto, which is sitting at 0 degrees of Aquarius, just after the moon moves into Sadge, and that's very harmonious and very good for, insight and self-empowerment. So if you're awake, that is very good for looking into yourself, into your dreams, into your own soul as well. 3:45 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time is when it's exact. 6:45 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 11:45 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Excuse me, and then the moon makes a hard square, 90-degree angle to Mercury, planet of communications, shortly after that, which is a little bit more tense mentally. You might have a lot of stuff going on in your head, or you might get an early phone call waking you up. Who knows, but it's not an easy aspect. When the moon moves to 1 degree of Sagittarius, it makes that hard 90-degree angle to Mercury at 1 degree of Virgo. Of course, Mercury is retrograde. 5:09 a.m. Eastern Pacific Daylight Time, 8:09 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 1:09 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. And then that's it. There are no other lunar aspects or any other planetary connections for the whole day, so the energy is free floating. Okay, so free floating fire. What do you do with all of that? You go out and have fun. That's what you do. I'm wearing my Peter Damian Street Smart shirt from Venice Beach. Peter Damian's a good friend of mine. He's a wonderful musician. He's got this gravelly voice like Joe Cocker. So when he sings Unchain My Heart or The Letter, or in those in tandem, I used to do my Cocker impression beside him. Unchain my heart, baby, set me free. So it's one of those sorts of days. Or you might feel like educating yourself so you could read a book. What's a good book for you to read? The Astrology of Bond, James Bond, by yours truly, right here. Not so bad. Available on Amazon and in other places. So in any case, it's a free-floating, kind of a fun day. Go out and enjoy yourself. I'm Ra, Rishi Kavi Ragudas from Star Presence Astrology. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, book it on my website, which is starpresence.net. Remember, from the very moment that you're born, you've got star presence. Enjoy this day, no matter what. Unchain my heart, baby, set me free.